Hey guys, welcome to Bushcraft and Wild Edibles Homesteading, and today we're going to talk about the 10-foot grow table. And we're going to do some soil tests to see which is better, the Pro Mix or Burpee's starter seed, so stick around. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to do a few different things here. We're going to talk about the grow table and how I set up my grow table for the plants in the summertime. And then also we're going to talk about the different types of soil. And we're going to actually do a soil test to see which one is better. You're paying more money for the one versus the other. Is it really what you're paying for? So first of all, this is my grow table. I have two T-5 grow lights and I have three full spectrum LED lights. And I'm going to try to give that a different shot because I did that with the full spectrum LED lights because I got the window there. So I'm just going to see if that works out very well. We have we're going to have 5 germination stations with heat pads, and we have the full seedling racks. It's really nice to have the shelf on top. It adds for another different, so you can put more stuff on top for holding and stuff like that. And it works really well. Tables too, I can fold it all up, take the legs off of this, put it away, and it's good for next spring. And then I took a 2 mil Mylar and put that as just a reflective on the back side all the way around from on here. Just allow all the light in this area to kind of reflect on the plants. I have these up all the way right now just so that for this kind of video and to show you stuff, how it all sets up. I will be dropping them down. There's chains on there so they can be lowered down right next to the grow racks or seedling racks, bins. So first off, what I want to do is I want to talk about the different types of soil here. So we have Burpee's eco-friendly natural organic seed starting enriched with plant food for faster speed and root growth. That's number 1. And number 2 is going to be this is 2 cubic feet, and this is Pro Mix Premium All-Purpose Mixed Soil. It is also supposed to have some kind of minerals in there to help promote growth. So these are the 2 that we're going to test today. So what are we actually looking for in our soil? Well, we need to make sure that we're good with the nitrates, we're good with potassium, and we're good with potash. Them are the most plant-friendly minerals that all your seed starting mixture should have. So what is our range? Well, I have a rapid test digital, and it gives me my test for my moisture, or not my moisture, but my fertility, my pH, and my temperature. So what we're going to test for is I already pre-mixed the containers, and I already did the mud for the fertility so that we can get that all set up so you didn't have to watch that. But that's what this is going to test. And for our plants, on your tester, it tells you that we want to be at 3 to 7, that is the ideal range for fertility, and that's giving you at 50 to 200 parts per million of nitrogen. Phosphorus is 4 to 14 parts per million, and then the potash is 50 to 200 parts per million. So that's where your fertility is calling the mid-grade. Now for pH, plants love the number 7. It's loved throughout everything else. 7 is a lucky number 7, and plants do too. So we're looking at, if you look at it, your acidity versus your medium there. The medium is a 7. Anything lower is going to be higher in acidic. Anything higher than that is we want to bring back down. So like your vegetables and stuff, there is some plants that need to be in that lower range. A perfect example to that is blueberries. Blueberries like it anywhere between 4 to 6. That's their happy medium there where their ground is. So if you have a high in nitrogen ground, you're not going to have very good blueberry plants because it's too high in nitrogen. So you want a soil tester is really nice just for that, because it allows you to tell you where your level is for your plants. So the first thing that I want to talk about is we have 2 different test samples here. We have the burpee, and then we have the Pro Mix. And just off the bat, I can tell you that the Pro Mix, if you look at this glass, been sitting here a while, all the water is down on the bottom. It is a lot thicker material. It's not as coarse. I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. This is the burpee right here. All your water's sitting on the bottom. This is the other one. It is more of a liquid form. So we're going to try it and we're going to test it to see what we have here. So I take my tester on here and I'm going to, right now it's saying that my temperature is 71 degrees. I'm going to stick this in here. And it says it'll hold my pH and my fertility here. So we're supposed to wait a minute here to find out what we're at. And actually what I think I'm going to do is I want to mix this up to get everything mixed up real well. And we'll just leave it alone. So meantime, while that's doing its test, I do have some vermiculite that I'll be also adding to some of the, because I'm going to actually try to make my own soil to allow me to see if I can duplicate the same test that we're coming up with today or better without spending the money. One of the things, guys, if your minerals, vegetables, your mineral content in your soil is going to help promote a healthy vegetable. It starts with the seed. So if you can get a plant that is healthy from the start, it's going to be healthy throughout. As long as it's treated and it's got the right nutrients and everything that it needs, it's going to have that happy growth all the way through life, which is meaning you're going to have better vegetables. With 13, 13, 13, you're allowed to do that if you need to boost that up. I'm not going to put anything in here at the start of this soil, but later on down the road when I go to stick them in the garden, I'm going to test my soil, and if I need to bump the nitrates up or I need to bump something up, the potash or the potassium or the phosphate, I have the fertilizer to do that. This one here is good because it's all around. It's a total nitrogen of 13%, soluble potash is 13%, available phosphate is 13%, magnesium is 1.3, sulfur is 6.1, and boron is 0.025. So this is and it also has copper, which is 0.06, iron of 1.6, magnesium is 0.06, and zinc is 0.06. So it has a very good roundabout of that minerals. Another thing, guys, while this is hooking up here, is I do have a timer for my lights. All my lights are going to be on timer for the whole 14-hour process. Your plants need 14 hours of light. Once they're past their germination stage, which means that they have a green leaves on the top, that's when the lights will come on, 14 hours, and they'll kick off, and then they get rest. So with a timer, I'm allowed to do that. And then I don't have to do anything about it. So anyway, we had this here for a minute. So we are at a 4 for fertility. pH is at, well, I just jumped up to 7.5, 7.3, 7.0. And temperature is at 72. So now if I go and I look at that, I know because I ran this test prior, that is my Pro Mix. This is the baseline test that I got before I did the video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this off, and we will do the burpee. So what I wanted to show you guys is this glass of water. You see that there's no separation. The mixture is exactly all the way through. And why I say that is that same amount of water you see down in the bottom here, there's a separation between the two. The water's sitting down in the bottom. Okay, this is actually holding water better. This would actually leach into the ground after and not hold water and moisture, just so you know. So this one is done. So the next one that we want to do, and you want to make sure that you clean off your probe real well so you don't have any contaminants going into the new soil. We're going to stick that in there right off the bat. Temperature's at 72. The other one was 71. There's right now 71. pH is 7.0. And fertility we're going to wait our minute and see what we get. But it's really nice to have those testers. And the other thing that I got that is over here, which I can show you while this is doing its test, is I got a chalkboard or a whiteboard set up. So with my calendar, I can write on there, and it's a visual for me saying, okay, I started this seed at such and such a date, and I know when it was, so I know my germination should be 5 to 10 days. In here, we have the burpee dirt, and these are oregano. On the very end here, on this one, I have the Pro Mix. They're all listed with a date. And germination for this is going to be 10 to 21 days. So the time that I planted this, in that frame, I should know exactly where my plants come in. And I got my heat pad on here, allowing this dirt to warm up. You want to make sure that if you see your dirt start to get like a dry color, and these are kind of nice because all you got to do is add water, and these have actual grooves for wicking purposes. You just fill your tray up here with the amount of water, so I can look in here, and these guys sucked up all that water that I had in there already. They're dry. But you can water them right there. Don't want to overwater your plants. You want to make sure that it's nice and moist, but this way you're not. Well, this kind of style, if I take the sprayer and I water them, it shoots that water across, and you have the chance that you can blow a seed out of the way. So anyway, been a minute. So what we have here is we have a fertility at 4. pH is at, it's going to go down to 7. 7.3 for this test, and temperature is 73. So originally when I did this test, the baseline test on the burpee, it had a fertility of 5, it had a pH at 7, and temperature was at 70. So you're not getting much, you're getting the same quality. We're not getting a whole lot of difference between the two as far as fertility wise. But the big difference that I see between the two is how it holds the water, how it holds the moisture. All my moisture ran out and into the ground and wouldn't have stuck. And like I said, this was only for about an hour it sat in there. Where this one here, it's holding that water. It's not draining. It's there. So that's the only difference that I've seen between the two of them. There's more separation of holding moisture with this one than with the Pro Mix. Otherwise, fertility wise, it's right in the same range. We wanted that 3 to 7. We're at 4, and the pH is in that 7 range, which is really good. And temperature, that's just because it was sitting on a mat. But you can see, guys, it really does help. If you're buying quality mixture, you better, you know, in my opinion is, if I'm buying a quality product, it's telling me that it's supposed to have all this stuff in there, it better. And since I got the tester this year, I figured why not try it to see if it does do what it's saying it's going to do. So either way, this one here or this one, they're testing out pretty much. I'm not going to get a whole lot, obviously. I only got to here in this pail. There isn't a whole lot here. You know, that's all that's left. That's probably 2 trays. Or this one here, I can do my whole, anything I want to do. So you're getting a lot more material, and it still is getting that quality. And that's what I wanted to get across to you guys, is that, yeah, it's got the quantity, but does it have the quality? Well, we tested it, and yes, it does. It still consistently has that quality. So this is the grow table, I should say. Really easy to make. It's just regular 2x8s, or actually this would be 2x10s because this is a 10-foot, and then everything else is 2-foot. So I had to buy 3 10-footers, and I bought 3 8-footers of the 2x4, which makes this rack. The T-5s you can get on Amazon, and you can get the LEDs also. We're going to try it out. I want to see the difference between the two. That's why those are over there. But and you can get your heat mats on Amazon. Really easy way to help boost your growing season, prolong it, and get easier picking. I should say easier picking, but it'll be earlier time for starting to pick, because you got a good healthy plant. And that's the whole idea. Is remember, guys, if we got a healthy plant from the seed, it's going to help with the whole growth cycle. So I hope this was educational for you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless. Take care.